Well, that's not how I expected the Chiefs to become AFC West champions, but AFC West champs nonetheless. Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. You are watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. Chiefs 30, Texans 24 in overtime? Okay, didn't see this one coming, but that is what happened as Kansas City. I mean, you look at the raw stats of this game, and you're going to really think about it and be like, how on earth did this game go to overtime? Well, you make critical mistakes on the road, and weird things can happen. Patrick Mahomes was spectacular, completed the final 20 passes of this game. Isaiah Pacheco, pretty good, but had a critical fumble that gave the Texans a short field. Travis Kelce had a big game, and the defense is pretty good, but when you give two short fields, weird things can happen. But in the end, the better team found a way to win, and this is a big one. Clinched the division, had to keep pace with Buffalo in the AFC playoff picture, so it was ugly. I have some concerns, but you're 11-3, and hopefully you can kind of flush the mistakes and just move on to next week. Type champs in the comments as the Chiefs celebrate their 7th straight AFC championship. Doesn't matter how you get it. I mean, that's just dominant. 7 straight. Unbelievable. Patrick Mahomes gets another division title. Obviously, this team has much bigger goals, but I think for every team, especially a title contender, goal number 1 is winning your division because that helps you get at least one playoff game at home in the playoffs, which the Chiefs are hoping for more. But goal number 1 achieved, division champs with 3 games to go. Type champs down in the comments section. Let's talk about the quarterback. Very efficient, I would say. 36 of 41. 336 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not a bunch of big plays, but just really efficient, right? Smart decision-making. I expected a clean performance from the Chiefs as a whole. I expected it for sure from Mahomes, and he did that. Unfortunately, the team as a whole did not. I expected a dominant win, and that did not happen. But the quarterback did his part. He was fantastic, and Pro Football Talk had this note where Mahomes completed 20 straight passes to end this game. Record for consecutive completions is 25, so he's 5 away from tying it next week. So, yeah, he could start if he starts 6 for 6 next week, he will set the NFL record for most consecutive completions. But that's something for next week. We'll see if that happens. And, my goodness, 500 yards! Why is this game going to overtime? 502 yards, 313 passing, 189 rushing, good on third down. Gave up a couple sacks, and Mahomes got rocked a couple times in that first half. But come on, man. Like, I will say this type of game does concern me a bit because what did I say last week? This team doesn't stay focused at times. They kind of fart around, especially when they play inferior opponents, and you're going into overtime against the Texans. The win is critical, and it's important, but it shouldn't have been this difficult. It should not have been this difficult to take, an extra few minutes in overtime to put this team away. Luckily, Frank Clark got a critical strip sack to help clinch the game, but come on, man. Let's not mess around with the Texans, please. That would be very nice moving forward. You look at the running attack, Pacheco, 86 yards, did have that fumble, but I figured he'd have a good yards per carry number, and that was definitely the case, well over 5 yards per carry. McKinnon, 52 yards, 2 total touchdowns. I mean, he just continues to be a great weapon, including the walk-off touchdown. Ran for 1, caught for 1. JJU McKinnon the last 2 games has just been fantastic. 112 yards receiving last week, 70 receiving this week, 52 rushing. And in an offense that is still very, very good, but needs an extra receiving threat, it was nice to see him continue to be more involved in the passing game. So JJU McKinnon, kudos to him for continuing to show out. I mean, he might be the best overall back that this team has this year. AFC West champs, round of applause. And if you want your AFC West champion gear, we have T-shirts, hoodies, a whole lot more. When you go to that link below, chatsports.com/AFC West, chatsports.com/AFC West, you can find your AFC West championship gear right there. Get yourself a hoodie, a hat, a T-shirt. There's tons of other items as well, not just the ones that we are showing. Chatsports.com/AFC West. It's chatsports.com/AFC West. 7 straight division champions. Type champs in the comments. And then also get some gear. Perfect gift this holiday season as well. Well, Travis Kelce, that's pretty good. 10 targets, 10 catches, 105 yards. Standard. I mean, that's what this guy does. He's the greatest receiving tight end of all time. He passed Shannon Sharp for 4th most all-time receiving yards for a tight end in NFL history. So shout out to Kelce. I mean, when you catch all of your targets, that's a good day at the office. Just Just a very good performance. How about JuJu? Also 10 catches on 10 targets, 88 yards. Did have a fumble as well. That led to a Texans touchdown, so you can't be putting the ball on the turf. And that's kind of the concerns, right? The focus stuff, like, can't make those minor mistakes in the playoffs. You do that type of thing against Buffalo, especially if it's at Buffalo, against Cincinnati. I mean, those teams are going to make you pay. Like, that could cost you a game. So, JuJu, good game, but can't be fumbling the ball. He's got a couple fumbles now this year, so maybe just a minor thing that he needs to work on moving forward. Defense was good, man. Don't look at the 24 points. I mean, you held the Texans to 219 total yards. I don't care who you're playing. That's a pretty good day. 125 passing, 94 rushing. Pretty good on third down. Only gave up 4 of 10. Only had a sack, but I think pretty good all in all. Now, one thing that continues to lurk a little bit is the lack of takeaways. Did have one. You got the strip second overtime in a key moment, so I do want to give credit there. But one of my keys to victory was 2+ takeaways. Only got 1, gave away 2. So the turnover differential continues to be in the negative. I think that's -6 now through 14 games. So not ideal as this team tends to turn it over a bit and doesn't get a lot of takeaways. But Frank Clark was able to get it, had the strip sack, 5 tackles. He's kind of been coming on as of late, coming off that suspension a few weeks ago. So that's nice to see. And, you know, I don't want to be Debbie Downer. You won the game, but I'm looking for that clean performance, that 60. And again, I think the most overused phrase in the NFL is you got to put a full 60 minutes together. Like, it's hard to do that, right? Like, you're not going to play perfect, but the Chiefs are kind of like the kings of 2.5 good quarters. Like, give me 3. Play better. Don't turn the ball over. Let's go. 30-24 win. Still a good game. Which side was better today? Type O for the offense, D for the defense. I think I'll go defense. I mean, the offense had 500 yards, but when you turn the ball over twice in your own territory and give the other team 14 points, the defense really only gave up 10 points, in my opinion. That's kind of how I look at it. So I'm going to go D for defense. Let me know what you guys think. It definitely wasn't special teams. It's kind of been a roller coaster for Harrison Butker. I get it. The miss, it's 51 yards. You're indoors, though, man. You're one of the highest paid kickers in the league. That's to win the game. Oh, and he missed an extra point as well. It's got to be better. I'm sorry. Like, this isn't a rookie. This is outside of Justin Tucker. Butker's like in that tier right below him of like, you expect him to make big kicks. He's missed a lot of big kicks this year. He just has. Extra points have kind of been a problem too. He's got 3 or 4 missed extra points now. So I don't know, man. You just hope in a playoff situation he's able to come up big, which historically he has. But this year it's been a problem. I know he had that ankle injury. Maybe that's still lingering, but he's not healthy. He shouldn't be out there. That's what I always say. When people are like, well, he's hurt. Well, then don't play. Like, if you're hurt, don't play. But, he's missing too many kicks. That's all I know. Subscribe to the channel if you want more Chiefs videos all season long. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. This is the channel for you. News, rumors, playoff picture updates, which we'll update you guys here in just a second. Injury updates, previews, post-game shows, watch parties. Didn't have a watch party today, but hopefully we'll get back very, very soon. So hit that sub button for more coverage here on the Kansas City Chiefs with the playoffs just around the corner. We will be live tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central Time. All right, final thoughts, and then just kind of looking at the playoff picture. So obviously the Chiefs did not get help from the Dolphins on Saturday night as Buffalo won that game late. So they kept pace with the Bills, both teams 11-3. Did get help from Baltimore losing, so they're kind of out of the number 1 seed hunt. They lost to the Browns on Saturday. Bengals are playing right now. Last I checked, that game was 10-0 Bucs. It's now 17-3 at the half. So if Cincinnati loses that game, they're out of the mix for the number 1 seed. So if the Bucs hold on, it's a 2-team race for the number 1 seed. The Chiefs are going to be locked in as the 2 seed at worst, barring a meltdown the final few weeks. But if they went out and the Bills lose just once, they could get first-round bye and home field throughout the playoffs. So still a lot to play for. You got goal number 1, division champs. Keep stacking wins. Got to get 3 more. You need to win these final 3. Put the pressure on Buffalo to win out and get that number 1 seed. Now, will the Chiefs win the Super Bowl? I think right now I'd probably say no. I think they got to clean some things up. But are they going to be a contender? Absolutely. Could they win it? No doubt. Can I say right now definitively that I would pick them to? I don't think I could. I need to see some cleaner play. Y for yes and for no. Will the Chiefs be hoisting the Lombardi? Let us know. We'll see you next time. Get your gear, chatsports.com/AFC West.